Welcome to Keyard number 17. Sorry we're a bit late with this one.
It's my fault.
It, it was the traffic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. Do you want to tell them what happened, or should we just leave
Uh,
it?
well, well, essentially, KB messaged me saying that I'm not available on Saturday. Um, I'm going out with Kate. So we're going to do it Sunday instead. And I was like, oh, righto.
Yes, headbang!
I forgot to read the part where it said Saturday the 19th, as opposed to Saturday the 12th.
It just reminds me of Martin from Friday Night Dinner when he
Yeah.
organises
Oh, shitting hell.
shitting. So yeah, but we'll
We're
leave.
here now anyway. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we'll
Welcome,
we'll
everyone.
leave it. But it's good that this episode is sponsored by Only Rob, giving you the top steamy Rob in a hot tub action. Must be 18 plus to sign up. Well, get it while stocks last. Right. So,
Yeah.
how have you been, Rob? I think that's the first topic that we can get onto, isn't it? How was the trip?
I'm great now that Murray Man has subscribed again to us.
Yes.
So thank you for that, Murray Man.
Thank you, Murray Man.
Yeah, I've been doing all right, mate. I've just come back from a getaway actually in Worcestershire for my mum's birthday, and it was a little village called Kaya, and it had we're kind of staying on this kind of farm, but at the bottom near like this nice pond and brook, it had like a tree house that we stayed in,
Yeah.
which was it was literally like it wasn't one of these little rickety wooden ones you get up a tree. Basically, they built this house around the tree, so the tree actually went through the middle part of the house and out the other end, and they kind of built the house around it. But at the bottom, you had a hot tub, which I made good use of. Although I gotta say, when it's freezing cold weather like it is currently
Oh
in
yeah.
the UK in December, and you're in a really, really hot tub, once you get out, you kind of get the bends a bit. It's really weird.
I think I was just thinking of a song in my head in terms of that, and you're gonna hate it. We
Is it
built
right?
we built this treehouse on rock and roll.
Why did you have to bring that song? Oh, it's the worst song ever written by a human being or a couple of human beings. But anyway, I'm pausing the Caleb Destiny stream from last night for you. That's how much I love you guys. Well, thank you for that, Steph.
Oh yes.
We're better than we're more attractive than Caleb Shomo. It turns out
Who's that?
he's the lead singer of Beartooth.
Oh right, with the headband.
Yes,
That's how I know him, because he wears a headband.
yes. But yeah, it's just weird. Like you go from something really hot to something really cold. You kind of, I got a bit like I ended up a bit dizzy. It was weird. But yes. We also had an outhouse a la Shrek, so we decided to stage our own little opening montage of Shrek tribute.
Lovely. Did he
with
just,
it-
if there were
the bursting out to not real big fish, what are they called, Smash Mouth.
you know those people you get on holiday and they tend to put their towels on the sunbeds at 6 a.m. In the morning? Were you like that? If people came around and put the towels down, you'd be like, "Get out my swamp!"
Well, not exactly. No. Yeah, I managed to get a few games of Jackbox in though, didn't I? When with you and with Jackie.
Yeah, and you found that big spider as well.
It wasn't that big really, but
was
it's
just thick,
it was
wasn't
one
it?
of those. It was one of those kind of thick with two C's kind of spider.
And more than two eyes, as
Yeah.
is
Well,
the
no,
custom.
I didn't really look close enough to see its eyes, but I called it Keith.
Keith,
And, we hopefully we're still going to exchange Christmas cards.
I hope someone who is I hope someone who's scared of spiders didn't come after you and squish it. Him,
No,
I should say, is a boy. He's a boy.
Well, you never know.
He's a good boy.
It's goodbye. Yeah, we did a few rounds of Jackbox, didn't we? And the open bum thing was born. If you want to explain that.
Oh well, why explain it when I can just show it? But just to bide some time, So every Wednesday now, I've decided on Wednesday to do these Jackbox games, and not just even Jackbox games, just community games in general. But Jackbox seems to be the one that people love coming back to from my channel. So I'm going to keep doing that, and we've sprouted in the past few days some interesting trends that go on in Jackbox. When you have Quiplash and a subject comes up and you have to get the funniest answer up. How the hell do I get to my clips from here? Yeah, I know. But yeah, thank you to the people that keep putting Chris Benoit in the answers. You can't get enough of it.
No, absolutely not.
Obviously, there was someone in the first week that kept making references to poop, and that really pissed Rob off.
Every week it seems to be like a new in-joke with these Jackbox series.
Yeah, and the latest one was probably the most notorious because every single answer kept on becoming a reference to this, and it is the notorious open bum, as
Jackie put it.
Jackie graciously put it. So I'm happy to show you exactly what we're talking about.
We'll go on then.
Go on. And there we go. Oh no, that's the second one. My bad.
I was going
My bad.
to say, do you have 2 tabs open?
No, I have one tab, but there we go. Right. Oh, my bad.
I was going
My bad.
to say, do you have 2 tabs open?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
have
can hear
one
that.
tab, but there we go. Right. There we go.
Listen, I am alive here, Mike Dockett. I explained at the beginning. I misjudged. I got my times wrong, but I am available. Don't worry. Anyway,
there we go.
here is a clip from the Jackbox session we had earlier this week.
Forgot your life and get lit by bitches.
It's very progressive, Mark.
It's the fucking last one. Everyone please prepare, and it's just the last one. Open bum.
That really killed you.
I have that weird high-pitched giggle when I laugh.
I can't believe not one person picked the Steiner last one.
Well, Scott, I don't know enough Scott Steiner references, I'll be honest. But then it just kept on progressing, and the second clip is here.
I need a minute. Oh,
yeah.
I haven't seen this one.
I fell forward laughing. I went head first into me door.
Okay, which one was that one?
You gotta duct tape yourself to your chair. Everyone's just thinking the same fucking thing. It's gone crazy now.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
I know I'm coming next.
Are you glad this is the last
And that's
game,
the thing,
Rob?
it wasn't even like sort of associates of ours. It was 2 kind of randomers that came in.
Yeah.
They both hooked onto the joke immediately.
Yeah. Well, they're part of the Discord now. One of them did show up to my stream yesterday, so that's all hunky-dory with that sort of stuff. And then I think show up to my stream yesterday,
hang on, let me mute that. Hang on, we got more? There's more?
Yeah, because obviously we also play Talking Points as well, which is also a very... I find it very underrated as a game. But it's essentially, I think, this one's the one that just got hysterics in, because I was starting to do impressions and stuff. Thank you, Wonky Steve, for the inspiration. So...
My talk today is about why open bums should be in our new national pastime. It's a perfectly healthy behaviour, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But if you are trying to go on a bit of a ration with Ann Summers or Bondara, or any
Very
of that
close to your
stuff, then
Harry Kane
butter is
impression.
bound to help. Just don't give your partner a yeast infection and you'll be fine. I have,
Oh,
I have good news and bad news, but here's the bad news said nicely. Santa's going to empty his sack all within there, so don't worry.
Oh no.
Because he feels like you're naughty enough, and then if he feels you're too naughty, he might put some coal in there as well, just to teach you a bit of a lesson and require some self-improvement.
Jesus.
It gets such a nice man.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I'm glad.
it cut off. Basically, a person with a gas mask came up, and I went, "It was all Chernobyl's fault."
Oh god! You see, that's the thing about Jackbox; it can get so out of hand.
Yeah.
Especially this sort of stuff. I actually got in trouble on Destabilize UK's
All right.
Jackbox the other night because I went a bit too far.
How
so-
far are we talking? If you don't
I
mind.
don't really want to say, but I'll.
Okay.
But you basically, I think the point is, you got to know your limits with these things.
Yeah, I mean it's different, I suppose, for every person hosting it, what they allow and what they don't allow.
And actually, speaking of which, I got an email today that said that Twitch are bringing in new TOS rules and things.
Anything.
Like but just in terms of like harassment and bullying and things like that. So
I think, I think that's always it hasn't been as at the forefront, but it's something that I think is kind of adopted from YouTube as well, because that was quite a recent thing from YouTube as well, which is why you don't see as many of those like commentary videos on YouTube as much, or as in like the direct way. Like now, it's very much like you see retrospectives of those kinds of videos. But in terms of Twitch, I can understand that because it's you don't really want that. I don't think you really want that kind of drama surrounding the platform. If you've got a problem with someone, talk to them privately or something like that.
Yeah.
There's no need to air your dirty laundry just to get other people on your side or anything like that.
yeah. We've got to say, shout out by the way to
Steph,
to Tom.
thanks. Sorry, Steph. Thank goodness Twitch protected me from you lot.
Yeah, no, there's only so much you can do. I got to say, shout out to Tommy Rocks actually from Mosh Talks. The other night we had the Moshies, right? On the Tuesday this week.
Yeah.
I was obviously still in the treehouse, but I was watching all the awards and keeping up. Doom Boy, quite rightfully so, won Song of the Year according to Mosh Talks. Doom Boy by the Dirty Nil, which is an amazing song.
I'll have to give it a listen.
Kind of become our anthem in a way. If Hyper wasn't there, that would for sure be our kind of Mosh Squad anthem.
Oh, I thought it would have been Douche.
Douche is an excellent one, but actually, Black Mist from the Hell, who did the song Douche, actually came on to talk about the worst of this year.
Yeah.
And he pointed out the Green Day album as a huge disappointment. And I have to agree with him, even though I'm massive. Even though I'm a massive Green Day fan, as you know, and I'm in a Green Day tribute band. That album was a huge disappointment. But yeah, Tommy Rocks, basically, we had Jamie on from Code Orange, right? Doing a big interview. And he's got some very headstrong opinions about a lot of stuff, Okay. And not in the trapped sense.
Yeah. I gotta be honest right now, when it comes to stream watching, I'm kind of in and out all the time, even with Beez's ones, just because like by the time you start streaming, I'm supposed to be like making food or something like that, or sitting down to watch just the two of us.
Well, I'll clue you in. But basically, he was talking about how come I can't believe we haven't been picked for the Matrix 4. I can't believe, we're going to win the Grammys, sort of thing. He was
Right.
confident. Let's say that in his ability, and he was saying something about. I think he misunderstood a point that Bees was making about up and coming bands, and Tommy in the chat was like, "I don't think he really knows what he's talking about," and Jamie, unbeknownst to Tommy, was actually watching our chat at the time and called him out on it. So he was saying, he actually was saying, well, Tommy rocks. I don't understand this. Well, why don't you come and explain yourself then? Come on, sort of thing.
So, sorry, Jamie's the lead singer of Code Orange, who was in the
Code
interview.
Orange, yeah.
That's just like, if I was in an interview, even like if there's a live chat, I don't think I would pay any reference to the negativity in the chat. That would just be me. I don't.
Well, no. But the thing is, he wasn't trying to be negative. Tommy.
That's what I mean. Like,
he was just saying that he kind of missed the point slightly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Again, I think Jamie might have interpreted it kind of wrongly, and it was a bit awkward, because we're all kind of like, oh, he's actually looking at what we're saying. This is unprecedented in the history of Mosh Talks. No one ever reads. No one ever reads. When Bees gets a guest on, like we had Head on from Korn.
I watched that one, yeah.
And we had Jeremy from Touche Amore. I'll get into him in a minute, but no one ever seems to actually read the chat. And I just felt for him, really, because he was kind of, the way he was called out and everything by Jamie. I felt a bit sorry for him.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not really.
But he stood his ground, Tommy.
Absolutely. That's good.
He backed up his point and everything, which was great.
That's always my thought. These whether it's celebrities, like actors or musicians, etc. We're all equal. We're all human. Nobody's above anyone else, no matter how much money they have or what profession they have. So how about we just treat each other as that
with respect
and with mutual respect? Because from what I sound like, Tommy was just saying something constructive, and he just called him out in a very unprofessional way.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think the jury's still out, really, for me. He made an awesome point and explained his point very intelligently. He did indeed, Steph, and he stood his ground, which is, I can respect. I don't know what, what do you think of Code Orange as a band?
Well, before this, I like them. I think they're quite creative. It just seems like it's a shame that their frontman can get like this, especially in an interview where I think an interview is where you're supposed to kind of promote yourself and your band and things like that. And some people do take it a bit too far, or they either don't want to be there, or they want to be the center of attention, or something along those lines. But it's important to stay grounded to a degree as well.
I should say,
you look at the comparison between that and Head from Korn, because Head from Korn, he was he was still honest and stuff like that, but he wasn't insulting or he wasn't confrontational. But there, it just sounds like that guy's just really confrontational for no reason.
Look, what I want to say, right? I respect Code Orange for what they're doing, right? And their fans are clearly very passionate about the band. They came over, and Jamie himself said, I'll check out so and so band. I haven't heard of Spirit Box, I haven't learned Love. I'll check them out. And he was very adamant that about things like metal and stuff should be more mainstream, and our subculture should be more recognized by the general, Joe public or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to beat around the bush and say that I thought it was a bit much, sometimes, and it felt a bit condescending to Tommy a bit, when he was.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I wouldn't take comments that you see in a chat. I wouldn't assume the intention behind them too much, because it's like when you read someone's text and you think they're saying it in one way, but they could be saying it in another way. You just got to take it at face value, exactly what it says.
I don't want to start. The last thing I want to do is start any drama between.
Oh no, like whatever
Code Orange and us or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just speaking in general. I'm not like trying. I'm just trying to explain my stance on how I would go about it. So this isn't like
exactly our way, mine and KB's way of approaching like a perceivingly negative kind of comment or whatever, or a comment that might be construed as being misunderstood, is we'll kind of approach it in a different manner. You know, in a more constructive kind of manner. I would say.
I think just based
I'm
on
just like, well, rather than just be like, oh, well, you don't agree with me. Well, I'm calling you out now. You know, you explain your point, yada yada. Which is essentially what he was doing. So.
Well, I think, you know, if I wanted someone to explain their point, I wouldn't go about it like that. I'd just be like, sorry, can you elaborate? That's all you have to do, really, you know.
Yeah.
But Mike Doc said it's kind of a compliment that Jamie showed that he wasn't just there for bees, but acknowledged we were all there too.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think that also depends on why you acknowledge to chat. Are you looking for you know, just comments as a sort of balance, or are you looking for something to respond to? And I'm not sure. Comes across very, very well. We've all seen him, and he reminds me a lot of Ronnie Radke in that way. Don't think it means it like that. Maybe maybe it's an external way of being perceived, and maybe that's not what he means.
I can't really talk because, like, Liam and Noel Gallagher, for example, are two of my favorite people, right? And they're very headstrong in their beliefs and confrontational sometimes. So, you know, it will be hypocritical of me to say that, oh, well, I don't like Code Orange because of, you know, them.
Yeah,
it's just...
I guess I could, in a way, I could say that about As I Lay Dying. In a sense, you know, that's probably the biggest, really. But that's a story for another time, and I don't want to delve too deep into that. But I still
no, of course not. So what else did I do this week? I mean, so we went out in Ludlow for a nice long walk as well. They're still apparently doing Eat Out's Help out there. I didn't realize that was still going.
Is it still 50% off? Or
50% off, yeah.
Oh wow.
So I had so in this restaurant I had like a peppercorn steak, and it was like 18 quid, but I only had to pay like 9 quid for it.
Oh wow, okay.
That's pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
But I just didn't realize the scheme was still up and going, you know. So
nice.
I thought they packed that in September or whatever it was.
Yeah. Okay. That's...
But overall, just in summary, yeah, I had a nice time. Hot tub was great. The house itself was brilliant. Shout outs to tree houses, I guess.
Wow, it's, that goes without saying. So I think, like, compared to you, I think my week hasn't been the most exciting. I mean, I like to apologise. I haven't been as active on the YouTube channel to upload the clips, mainly because there's been a project that I've been finishing off that I should have finished during Halloween, but I got so stuck with everything that it's only taken me until now to actually finish. Because the thing is, when I make my gaming videos on YouTube, some of them can take so long to make because you're trying to get the assets together to make a full thing, and the process can change depending on what your video covers, in a sense. But I'm happy it's finally done, and hopefully this will be the last disturbing bosses that I make for a while, because I've touched on the topic quite a few times, and it'd be nice to do something different. So I mean, the Reddit reactions and stuff have been quite good on my channel at the moment, and I want to continue doing that sort of stuff, and there's always room for tweaking and doing other stuff. So yeah, I'm happy this finally came out. It came out last night. My top 10 most disturbing bosses in horror games, which has got the best place to pause right there, where I'm about to where I'm trying to chew on a toad. But I think when it comes to top 10s these days, I don't just try to make it a list where it's just explain why this is this place or something like that. I try to make it segmenty. I try to include some comedy in it, but at a level degree, a level-headed degree. It's not like it overflows the video, because you've still got to provide information and that kind of thing. You've still got to make it balanced in terms of content. But this moment, I am incredibly proud of, and I'm going to show it off if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is a parody of "We Didn't Start the Fire" that I put in to pay tribute to Silent Hill, because number 2 I put as Pyramid Head as a spoiler. horror to the next level. And we're going to run down the list with Grey Child Asphyxia, Bubblehead Nurse, Needler, Gumhead, Abstract Daddy, Lion Figure, Ellen Grady, Valtiel, Mannequin, Pyramid Head, Twin Victims, Brought Me the Rabbit, Sepulchre, Wheelman, Insane Cancer, Killers full of nightmares. The town is f***ing scary, should have murdered Mary. When you hear that pesky siren, better hope your doctor ain't an ugly monster.
Outstanding.
So with all, thank you. So yeah, I was that was, to be honest, that was one of the first things I wrote in that list.
It's funny you brought that up because I also did a We Didn't Start the Fire parody for OSW Review.
Did you?
Shout out to them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I actually they put out a song contest a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Right. Just it's a bit of fun with the community or whatever, and they would like submit your OSW review songs. And I was on a plane coming back from Latvia.
Yeah.
From like, the end of it, just kind of week out with my cousin, and this was a couple of years ago now. This was like 2018.
Yeah.
And I just wrote the whole thing on the plane. And I just tried to cram as many OSW review references in as possible, and I decided it would fit well as a We Didn't Start the Fire parody.
Right.
What I didn't expect was that I actually would win the bloody thing. So, and you can check it. I mean, you could probably check it out now if you.
Whereabouts is it? Is it on your?
So if you go on, no, it's not on my Facebook. But if you go on YouTube.
Yep. I hate YouTube Studio because it pulls up a completely different URL, so I have to stretch over to my keyboard to type things in again.
I'll find the code myself, but just to give you a bit of the time code that is, but just to give you a bit of background, right? OSW Review is basically, it's a wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
But they cover movies as well, right? But they have a lot of in jokes and things. And they cover movies, they cover video games as well and things like that.
Okay. Brilliant. Okay, can't wait to see this. And I'm just shame about wolves, by the way.
Hang on. Let me just see where it starts. Yeah. Right. So precisely 1:05:11 in. Right.
Okay. So
it's called OSW Listening Party on YouTube. Let's look it up.
All right. Sounds good to me. Listening party. Ooh.
So I am going to watch that. I am going to watch that Horror Bosses video, and you should as well.
Yeah. Please do. It helps with viewer retention. Watch it like 20 times. Is it that one?
Yes, it's this one, top one.
Okay. What's the timestamp? Did you say? Sorry.
It's 1:05:12.
1:05:12. Okay.
Or 1:05:11 if you prefer. I don't know why We Didn't Start the Fire is such an easy song to parody. I guess it's because
it's because the verse can, you can just generate a list out of it, and then
it's very lyric heavy, and that was kind of my thing when I was writing down all the ideas.
Yeah. So if I pause and then go to
1:05:12, like I said, or
I'll do 03.
Do it from there, right? Okay.
Right. Brilliant. Okay.
This gives you a bit of background.
Oh, very good. No,
and they're
thank
great
you,
lads.
very pleasant.
Shout out to OSW Review.
You have a lovely voice.
Next up, we have Rob Verriard.
Awesome.
With OSW Song.
Lads on the Discord were like marking out to the song, and I hadn't heard it, and he it went over so well. Like he went away and made an extended version. So he did bring a 90-second version.
Most of these in-jokes will go right
let's
over
just
your
hear the
head,
full
by the
thing
way,
he's got.
Okay.
I tried to cram as many in as possible.
Welcome, Noggers. Happy days are here again. Pez. Pick up, what the fuck is this? Whopper, Nogger, Virgil, Pez. Hogan's rolling, growing, Logan, Bubba, Ray, Jock, Swash. David, I can shut up, try breaking that cop samurai. Don't bra, you're making kids cry, Sullivan, my son. Nick, Bob, Winkle, Dirty Dick, Filthy Fellas, Pac-Man, Bricks.
I was hungover when I recorded this.
Bentley, who the fuck is he? Canes that frizzy, wavy trees on the bloody juggernaut. Did not hit her, I did not. Terry,
Very good.
Money, double, she likes the bumming, run these 25 on up if he won't get it, flop by dusting. OSW review, filthy grapple vision with some blast processing. OSW review, JV1 OLC, the best podcast for me.
You can pause there now.
If you don't know now,
You get the idea.
Yeah.
And it goes on and on and on and on. But they actually, I actually won. I won a copy of, what is that game called? Fight Pro. You know, the Japanese wrestling game with the it's like more of a strategy kind of game. And
No.
hang on. No, you don't know. Right, hang on.
But whilst you're searching for that, I'm just going to fulfill my ritual. There you go.
Fire Pro. It's called Fire Pro Wrestling. And
Fire
it's like
Pro Wrestling.
It's originated from Japan by Human Entertainment, developed owned by Spike Chunsoft, and it's kind of a very kind of complex kind of grappling strategy type wrestling game.
Ooh,
You know?
9 out of 10.
It's a bit.
When that came out, 2017. Okay, let's have a look at. I just want
Well,
to
I
check.
did
the price of it.
2017, and that was from.
Yeah.
No, it was 2018. But yeah, it was Fire Pro Wrestling World, I think,
Ah,
or something like that. But I won a copy of that, and I still don't have a PS4 to play it on.
yeah. Well, I'm just sad because it's £12.82 and it's close to Christmas, and now I have less things to play because it's not available.
Oh well.
Bastards.
You can always borrow mine if you want when
Yeah.
this is over.
Just mail it over. Just
It's
throw
like
it.
love,
I'll
but
throw it
they
and I'll
also
catch
gave
it.
me they also gave me like stickers and gave me like signed card and all that stuff, and they're really really good lads. But if you like wrestling, if you like just funny kind of round table kind of podcast stuff, reviews, they review movies as well. Like I said, they reviewed Samurai Cop 1 and 2. They reviewed The Room. They reviewed The Happening.
Oh.
Also, this Irish kung fu movie called Fatal Deviation,
Yeah.
which is brilliant. Go and have a look at. Go and check out those lads. OSW Review.
Ah, lovely.
And Steve is also on Twitch at OSW Review as well. If you want to drop him a follow.
Nice. All right, man. Well, what we'll do next, I think, because we're going into not necessarily sports, because pro wrestling is very debatable of that, but I hope it's okay talking about this, because I think
I mean, you can briefly touch on the North London Derby result if you want, but I mean, I'm not going to say much about it really.
what hasn't been said, I suppose. I mean, but
Son and Kane. I mean, thank God they were in my fantasy team at the time, because that's all I'm going to say on the matter.
They will not be leaving my fantasy team anytime soon, and I hope Son renews his contract as well, because I've heard people spouting bullshit about Man United could snap him up. I'm like, fuck off, no way, no way. Right, so what we've got, I think we said this in a few podcasts before, but we were like going to look at our list of famous people who support our clubs. So I thought, because, I'm the Spurs guy and Rob's the Arsenal guy, we would go down a list. So I think what we can do, we can name, we can take in turns to like name someone that we may both know that's like quite notorious. So
what site is that on? Instead?
This is on Genius.com.
Oh, nice! They've got a whole. Hang on. So they've got a whole section full of celebrity fans on Genius.com. I thought it was just for lyrics.
No, it's like I think there's a Genius part, like Lyric Reels, Home Studio, Genius Live, all that kind of stuff.
Website that is.
Yeah. So I'll switch over to mine, which just to give people more of an idea of what I'm talking about. So Tottenham have got Abu Dhabi. I'm not sure who that is. Adam
Abu Dhabi. He was an Arsenal fan. Arsenal player. He played for Arsenal between 2006 to 2013 or something like that.
That makes sense why I don't know him.
He was meant to be the next Patrick Vieira for us, but he was always crocked, which is a real shame because he had potential. But carry on.
Well, he's on this list. Then you've got Adam Caruthers, Adam Richman, Adam Smith
from Man vs Food.
Yeah. Is Adam Smith he's usually in the Sky Sports interview, isn't he?
Yeah. He used to be called Baby Elvis on Soccer AM, and he was very much a Tottenham supporter.
Adele.
I knew that one. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Yeah. Aidan Coleman, AJ Ayer, Alan Sugar. So that's where we're getting that's where we got our money from for this latest transfer window.
He used to own Tottenham Hotspur, and he almost put them in a bit of financial bother, but they got rid of him just in time.
Yeah, because he couldn't stop arguing with Piers Morgan on Twitter. Which, speaking of Piers Morgan,
oh god, we're going to get into that in a minute, but carry on.
Andrew Luck, Annie Mack, Anthony Costa, Arnie of the Vaccines, Ashley Tierfane, B Live, Barry Sanders, Billy Bean, Brandon Carr, Bruce Forsyth.
I don't know about Bruce Forsyth. I read somewhere he supported Fulham.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, obviously.
Carl Donnelly, Cher Lloyd. That was the one I was mentioning.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. What was that about you making a draw with West Ham? Disgusting. It was fucking one of yous.
It was one of yous.
Was it you, Joe Hart? Did you not save that bloody ball, you bastard?
I now want a clip of Mourinho talking to Harry Kane and Son or someone like that, with that audio spliced over the top of it.
Yeah.
I'd say from All or Nothing or something.
You just have Jose watch a clip of Jose watching this podcast, and he turns the TV off and says, "Fuck off."
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So Chris Thompson and Vampire Weekend, I don't know, Christopher Hayden, Claire Tomlinson, Clark Hunt, Claude Littner, Curtis Granson, Daniel Murphy, Dave Bautista!
Oh, Dave Bautista. I liked him in Guardians of the Galaxy. I got to say, he's one of my favourite people of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I hope he comes back.
Where's Harry Kane? I'll do you one better. Who is Harry Kane? I'll do you one better. Why is Harry Kane?
Why is Harry Kane?
Well, obviously, I don't know the answer to that, do I?
For God's sake. Right, carry on.
David Arnautovic. David O'Doherty, so that's why Matt Doherty joined Spurs in the first place. He needed some relevance there. I do love watching his My Beefs segments. They're really funny.
Yeah.
Dev Hines, Devlin, DJ Easy, probably plays a lot of Rocket League, DJ Nihal, Ed Spielers, Edgar Davids, Eric Wood, Finn Balor, oh yes.
Yeah, I know Finn Balor was one.
Yeah.
I was gutted when I found that out.
Yeah, although it's weird because he wears more red than he does white.
That's true.
Freddie Adu, Fuse, Gail Ems, Gavin Free. I do like a bit of Gavin Free, and I miss.
Who's Gavin Free?
He's the British guy from Rooster Teeth.
Oh, I don't know that.
Ever watch Slow Mo Guys?
Don't ask me.
Just watch Things to Do in Skyrim, and it's like there's videos of like how to piss off the NPCs and stuff, which is quite a funny video. George Rainsford, Helen Richardson Walsh, Ian Duncan Smith, Ian Thorpe. Yeah, just pretend you didn't see that one. Jar Wobble, James Wrighton, Jamie Foreman, Jason Biggs, Jason Sudeikis, Jason Witten, Jesse J.
Yeah, I knew that Jesse J was J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
I'm not sure about that. Really?
I think. Wow. What quips do I have for J.K. Rowling supporting Spurs?
You're a wizard, Harry.
Obviously.
This is
obviously.
this is probably why there's so much drama in the Spurs dressing room.
That's where you got
All or
it
Nothing.
from. Clearly, that you're a wizard, Harry. Yeah, obviously.
Harry Potter and the All or Nothing, Harry Kane, and the millions of golf holes.
Yeah, that's Gareth Bale in the millions of golf holes.
Well,
isn't it?
Kane does play golf as well, to be fair. So,
right. Who else we got?
Joe Nesbu, Joe Wiley, Joe Kinnaman, Joe Redman, John Cena. That's why. I was wondering if he'd ever been to a Spurs game, and you can't see him anyway. So, Jonathan Trott, Johnny Buckland, Jude Law.
Yeah, I knew Jude Law was a Spurs fan, actually.
That is exactly why J.K. Rowling cast
him
as Dumbledore.
Fantastic Beasts, yeah, as Dumbledore.
Yeah, that's exactly that. There's the link. Kelly O'Hara, Kenneth Branagh. Okay.
So Kenneth Branagh.
Nice. Laura Trott, Lawrence Okoye, Lazy, which is probably the alter ego of Jay-Z. I don't know.
Well, no, that's the thing. Jay-Z is actually an Arsenal fan, which is weird.
So this is
I
like
don't know
a
what
parody.
Lazy is.
Lamar, I have not seen Lamar in like ages. He was like the
Wow,
mid 2000s pop icon.
I think the last time I saw Lamar was when he was on Top Gear with the limo challenge.
Yeah, something like that. But
he stormed off after James May got lost in central London on the way to the Brit Awards.
He walked out of the 2000s as well, by the sounds of it. Lamas Brown Jr., Lewis Van Gaal, Luke Donald, Luke Fiasco, That's a bit of a fiasco in itself. Majestic, Matthew Horn, Matt Cardle. Fucking hell. He did he's a bit Spursy himself, isn't he?
Well, my sister actually met Matt Cardle once at a book signing or something. In fact, he's lived off a Biffy tune for so long. Good God.
I know.
He didn't even call it the right thing.
I know, like it could have been called Many of Horror, but I guess that just isn't a proper X Factor title.
Can't put horror in the title of a potential Christmas number
There's
one.
kids watching this.
Yeah.
Matt Harvey, MC Key, Michael McIntyre. Not my favourite comedian.
Yet another reason why I can't stand Michael McIntyre.
Michelle Dockery, Mike DiMacchio, Nathan Williams of Waves, Nicholas Kyrgios, Nick Caitlin, Beckham Jr. It's getting
Peter Cook. Well, Peter Cook and Paul Whitehouse are very notable Spurs fans. Yeah. Peter Cook, comedic genius, and Paul Whitehouse, comedic genius. So I guess I can give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, Rob Ackroyd. Another Harry Potter actor, Rupert Grint.
And Roger Lloyd Pack, a.k.a. Trigger from Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
And he was also in Harry Potter. He was Barty Crouch Sr.
He was. There's a lot of Harry Potter actors in this. Daniel L. Westbrook is in this as well.
Is she? No, she isn't.
I'm joking.
Is she really?
No, it's because she plays Sam Mitchell. Sam Warburton. Oh, that has made my day. Yeah.
Wait, Patsy Kensit. Oh, Patsy Kensit. Yeah, nice, Greg. Apparently, Patsy Kensit. Greg's dad nearly ran her and whatever Gallagher she was married to. That'd be Liam.
Yeah.
Too, when they were pissed up walking down the middle of the road on Nightingale's Lane where the rich people lived.
When everyone left,
dad nearly ran Patsy Kensit over. That's outstanding.
When everyone left the VC last night, and it was just me and Elliot, we were talking about like rugby and football, being fans and stuff. I said I never really grew up on Welsh football, so I never had a chance to support Cardiff City or anything like that because I think my dad was more into football. So I mean, he supported Man U. But I was never really that much into Man U. And by the time I was growing older and I just did not have an allegiance, I chose Spurs. So that's where the Spurs thing came from, that sort of thing. But when it comes to rugby, it's just Wales through and through, Wales rugby team, Cardiff Blues, all that kind of stuff. Tell us the story of... We will in a minute, Nathan. Let's just get through
in a minute, Nathan. We'll add that as an ad hoc extra on this podcast just for you. Right.
Skepta, interesting. Bloody house music.
Stephen Mangan. I quite like him.
I like Stephen Mangan, yeah. Steve McQueen.
Not the Steve McQueen from The Great Escape, presumably. Presumably Steve McQueen, the film director.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Hover over it. Maybe it will say.
Genius.
Yeah, the director.
Ah, wicked. Sam Warburton.
I like it gives you a bit of context as well in these.
Oh, there you go. Oh, we should, can get up the pictures as well. Didn't realise that. Warburton, he's a number 7. Because that is his number in rugby as well. Because
I want to, if you scroll up, finish the list, but I want to scroll up and find the Bruce Forsyth picture.
All right.
Description after this.
Oh, I remember someone ages ago.
Because I'm really not sure about Bruce Forsyth.
I remember someone showing me a Jimmy Savile picture where he they photoshopped him in a Spurs shirt, and I was like, oh,
Did you have to bring up that name? Right. Steve Nash, I knew that basketball player.
Trevor McDonald. So this is all about. This segment is why Spurs went wrong.
That's Michael Caine, isn't it?
They didn't blow the bloody doors off.
He can't do many, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Anyway, go back up to
Bruce Forsyth.
Bruce Forsyth. I want to double check this.
I'm guessing that has got a Spurs badge on it somewhere.
So read the whole thing out. Read the whole thing out because I can't really see it.
I'm mad about football. I support Spurs and Arsenal. I know
Spurs and Arsenal. You see, you can't trust him.
How the this is what I did do in FIFA. I select Spurs as my home kit and then Arsenal as my away kit, so that when I'm playing against a computer online, I can have the Spurs kit and then they can have the Arsenal kit, which is embarrassing when I lose, to be fair. But it works wonders. But bloody hell, as a kid during the war, Arsenal's ground was a searchlight base for German bombers, so they used the Spurs ground, and I grew up watching both teams.
That's not bad, actually. It's not quite Brucey, but it's a good old man accent.
Good old man. Come on.
Anyway,
down.
if you scroll down to John Cena, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the picture of him holding up the Spurs shirt or wearing a Spurs shirt, because I'm sure there's a picture. Yeah, there we go. See,
I'm surprised that guy on the left
with
can hold up.
with Jerry Francis of all people holding the other end of the shirt.
Is he levitating the shirt on the right side? Because I can just see him holding it on one side, but it seems to stay
very
up.
funny, very good. That meme has already got so old.
I'm sure that's like late 2000s, because I'm sure that was a shirt that was designed back then, and like Cena was like early days of being champion.
Anyway, that's a decent. If you want to go into the Arsenal fans one, then and I'll go for it myself.
But I just want to have a look at the Finn Balor one quickly, just to see if there's any pictures of that. Nope, it's just Cyberpunk. Oh, what the what is that?
Oh god, well, he's tweeted a picture of Harry Kane as Kane, hasn't he?
I thought it was Goldberg at first.
Obviously, there's
no, because then that would
obviously it's a bit of
joke, would it?
Well, the match was all right, but there was a bit too much hellfire and brimstone for my liking, to be honest. Obviously,
I know.
May 19th. Anything happened on May 19th? Spurs related.
I became a dad, I think. I'm not sure.
There we go. There's Batista. That's when he was on Soccer AM. I forgot about that. He was wearing a Spurs shirt.
That's just early 2010s, I think, isn't it? One of those shirts. So, not too bad. J.K. Rowling, Alan Sugar, obviously.
Who are your favourite picks from that?
John Cena, definitely. I'd love to have John Cena as a Spurs fan. It's just brilliant for me.
Yeah.
I've always had a soft spot for John Cena. As much as like people said they were tired of him and stuff like that, I felt like he was just naturally talented at like being on the mic and things like that, and he was trying, he was trying new things in the ring. Where people said he only had 4 moves, and then he was just doing like a springboard stunner of all things.
No, I like John Cena. It's more about when he was gone, I missed him a lot more because he had that kind of charisma about him. Greg was pointing out Wayne Gretzky as well, Spurs fan, who's like the greatest ice hockey player of all time.
Yeah,
according to a lot of people.
Let's
which one? Go into the same one, the Genius one.
Yeah, Sports Genius Football, famous football fans.
Yeah, it's that top one, and then you scroll down to Arsenal.
Ah, there we go. So
I've got it over myself. So Ainsley Harriott, yes,
yeah, boy.
Alan Davis, who I've met and talked about Arsenal with after a stand-up show. I saw him at the Grove in Dunstable, and everyone there was a long line, obviously, and he was doing a signing afterwards and like a meet and greet type thing. And I waited in line, and everyone before him was like, "Oh, QI, Jonathan Creek, yada yada yada." And I went up to him, and I remember we were going to play. I think we just reached the FA Cup final that year. This was 2015, I want to say. Yeah. And I'm going, oh, who would you rather have, Liverpool or Aston Villa? And he goes, I'd rather have Aston Villa, to be honest.
Can I just say before you continue, Bournemouth looks just so lonely compared to Arsenal and the other ones.
Well, it's Seth Rogen.
What
the hell?
Yeah, it's like I'm going to go a bit different to everyone else, no problem.
I mean, a bit unsubstantiated, really, but we'll let that slide. Alex Brooker, yeah, he's the guy from Last Leg, right? Yeah, I know he's an Arsenal fan. Alfie Allen, fair enough. Anatole Youssef, don't know who that is. Andrew Lincoln. Coral! From Walking Dead, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Coral. Coral, stay with the others.
Andy Murray, knew that one. Angel, don't know who that is.
Did you see that video not so long ago with Andy Murray, and like someone was showing a video of him cheering, I think it was an England or Scotland goal, and he was like, "Yes, get in," like exactly like that, and it was like,
I haven't
was like,
seen
calm down.
That yet. I haven't seen that yet. I've heard about it. That's very funny. It's like the most muted Scottish celebration of a goal ever. Right, Barbara Windsor, MBE. God
rest
bless her.
his-
She
God
actually
rest his
just
soul.
passed away like
Yeah.
a few days ago.
I did put up a tweet about it as well because
There we go. So she's got a. There's a photo of her if you click on it of her in an Arsenal shirt with Arsene Wenger next to her.
Oh,
That's
wow.
nice.
That's cool.
So there we go. Pretty much proof if proof were needed. Baron Davis, don't know who that is. Bashi, he's one them. Bashi and Kano, right? They're on Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. So he must be a rapper. Benedict Cumberbatch. I've always been a bit. I don't know about that. As much as I'd love Benedict Sherlock, and Doctor Strange to be an Arsenal fan. So, despite being photographed at Stamford Bridge, it says Benedict Cumberbatch admits he's an Arsenal fan. He says, "I'm an Arsenal fan, but I haven't made it to the Emirates this season." All right, well, I'll take your word for it then, Benny.
Already, you've got more
There we go. It's got
interesting
Bruce
faces.
Forsyth in there again. You see?
Why is he pulling a Sol Campbell?
There you go. Apparently, you can support both teams. C4, don't know who that is. Carl Barrett of the Jackals, and of course of Libertines fame. Chip, Christian, Dan Stevens from Downton Abbey.
Okay, I've only watched like
Dara
one episode.
O'Brien, yes.
Yeah, I think we were mentioning that last night when we.
He's actually done I believe he's done a few functions. If you have a look at the picture,
Yeah,
that's him inside the Emirates just after a function. He says he's an Arsenal season. He says, as an Arsenal season ticket holder, I'm getting grimly used to this X years since you won a trophy business.
Dara
Yeah,
O'Brien.
this was in 2009-10. So God, they'd wait 4 more bloody years.
Yeah. I mean, we get
At
the
least
same
we don't
treatment.
get that. At least we don't really get that anymore. But we still get your shit, which is understandable. David Schneider, yeah, he's an actor. He was the scientist, I believe, in
Mission Impossible.
24. In 28 Days Later, he was the scientist in the opening.
Yeah, of course.
But he also appears in a lot of big films.
Oh, all right, okay.
Dermot O'Leary, yeah. Dermot O'Leary, X Factor.
X Factor, Arsenal, 4-0.
Yeah, he does an Arsenal podcast. Dido. Now, the thing that's interesting about Dido, and I knew about this, she used to go out with Sol Campbell.
Really? Oh, wow.
Supposedly, right? Allegedly.
I think...
no, although I think she did, to be fair. But she thanked Arsenal in the liner notes of her album or something along those lines.
I think... I feel like making a parody of the Stan music video, but instead of like worshipping Eminem, there's just loads of Arsenal pictures around and like a shrine of Thierry Henry.
Dominic Cooper, yeah, actor. Future gets... Ian Poulter, golfer. I knew that. Look, if you could see, he plays golf in an Arsenal shirt, and he has Arsenal golf shoes as well. That's amazing.
Idris Elba, wow.
Idris Elba,
yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. He's very, very passionate about Arsenal, actually, as it goes.
Yeah, Jack Whitehall I already know about from his. Have you seen his YouTube series?
Well,
Training Days.
He's a funny one, Jack Whitehall, because he's. I get the impression he's not really a football fan.
I remember. Have you seen his I think what have I seen? His video with Gareth Bale. You know, when he was still at Real Madrid, trying to get Gareth to play for England.
Although I must admit, he did tweet this thing when Gunnosaurus got sacked from Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
He did tweet something along the lines of, "Well, Mesut Ozil's not doing much. He could do a job."
Yeah,
which made me laugh.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
James DeGale, Olympic boxer. Yeah. Jamie Bell, who I pointed out, despite the fact he's from the northeast, one thing I did do on the eve of the FA Cup final against Chelsea, I went through every famous Arsenal fan, it said, on the Wikipedia list, and I checked their Twitter that day to make sure that they were tweeting about the cup final. And Jamie Bell was going mental on his Twitter, so he's definitely an Arsenal fan. So he is, in case you don't know, he played Billy Elliot. He was in the remake of King Kong by Peter Jackson as well. Ah, okay. There you go, Jay-Z, like I said.
Yep, there he is, trying to hide from in plain sight.
He actually, there were rumours about him actually buying the club a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah. See, hinted at interest in investing in Arsenal in 2010, thanks to Thierry Henry.
Well, Ryan Reynolds has bought Wrexham now, isn't he? Or
He has. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Interesting, but can't fault
Very
it.
interesting. Jonathan Rhys-Myers, Bend It Like Beckham fame. Josh Franceschi of You Me at 6. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Also into Rizzle Kicks. I knew that. I knew Rizzle Kicks were Arsenal fans. Keanu Reeves now. Keanu Reeves. That's a very unfortunate picture.
That's pretty much any picture of him in public, though, because he's very much he's one of the most down to earth actors you could ever meet. Because he doesn't.
Keanu Reeves has allegedly been a gooner since at least 2005. Oh, was a glory hunter. That was just after the Invincible season.
I think that was when the Matrix films finished, maybe. So he was just.
Hey, I'm happy to have Keanu on board as a gooner. To be honest,
Kevin Costner playing in his new film as Kevin Costner.
Well, there you go. A tweet from Arsenal, apparently. Confirming it.
There we go. I
love KSI. We all know about KSI.
I was just going to say I love Kevin Costner's role in Breaking Bad. Fantastic.
Yeah. We all know KSI is an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Lethal Bizzle. Yeah. Leona Lewis.
An actual successful.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. I think Michael was a bit gutted last night to find out that his hero is an Arsenal fan.
Oh dear.
Lily Lovelace. Don't know who that is. Locksmith. Mark Strong. Yeah, who was you'll probably recognise him. He was in the Kingsman Brothers
and Kingsman. Yeah,
and Kingsman 1 and 2. Big Arsenal fan, but the first role I saw him in actually was in Fever Pitch, where he was. The Fever Pitch is a film about our last-minute league win to seal the title versus Liverpool in 1989, and he starred alongside Colin Firth in that film. And part of the reason they hired him was because he was a real-life Arsenal fan.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Martin Kemp. My dad has actually sat next to Martin Kemp before at an Arsenal game. From Spandau Ballet and, of course, the EastEnders. Matt Damon. No, I'm not sure about that. Look, he's at Stamford Bridge and he's next to someone in a Chelsea scarf. No, I'm not having that.
Oh no, who was it? Was it Adam Lallana or someone like that? It was one of the football players last season who was on loan to another club, but he was wearing the Liverpool jacket instead of the club he was loaned to when he was on the bench, and just like, what the fuck? Yeah,
I know. You get some weird people, weird celebs follow multiple teams like Bruce Forsyth. Matt Lucas, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my favorite. I've got to say, he's one of my favorite examples of Arsenal fans because I am a fan of his work. Mick Jagger, that's an interesting one.
You just got a massive plethora of celebrities supporting Arsenal.
I know. Milton Jones, he's definitely an Arsenal fan. Mo Farah, that's my second favourite, actually. I would say Arsenal fan.
Although I'm looking at a name now, and I don't think Spurs have anything on it.
I know which name you're going to bring up, but bring up the picture of Mo Farah just quickly.
That is just my.
No, that. Basically, he went to one game in the mid-90s, which was Arsenal v Torino, and my uncle was at the same game. So my uncle, I guess you can say that he went to the same Arsenal game that Osama bin Laden did.
Oh man!
Hybrid, God knows why he was there. But
if only at that time they were giving everybody in the stadium ankle bracelets.
Yeah. But maybe the whole reason why he went into hiding was because we were a bit shit and Tottenham was starting to get good.
Oh my God! I just.
Bring up the picture of Mo Farah. I just like that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a nice little one with him and Thierry Henry, and he's a big Arsenal fan. I wish he'd have won I'm a Celeb, actually, by the way. But
who did win? Because I haven't been watching it.
Monty Panesar, who's actually a local hero. He's from Luton.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
He's a cricketer.
That explains why I don't know who he is.
Nick Hornby, who obviously wrote High Fidelity, wrote Fever Pitch. Obviously, he's a massive Arsenal fan.
Mm-hmm.
Nicola Adams, boxer. Yeah, I heard she was. Patsy Palmer, aka Bianca from EastEnders.
Oh, Ricky!
Ricky.
Ricky, you fat shit!
Phil Tufnell.
Phil Tufnell.
Yeah, from Question of Sport.
Ah,
and ex-cricketing geezer. Philip Glenister. Here we go. Here's my least favourite fan on the list. Piers Morgan.
Philip Glenister. Is that what's his name from it? From Life
on Mars.
Is he that one?
Yeah.
You bastards.
That one, yeah.
Ah, right. I can't remember his
From
name.
Life on Mars.
Gene, that's the one.
That's right.
Don't
yeah.
move. You're surrounded by armed bastards. Love him.
But yeah, Piers Morgan or Piers Moron, as I like to.
Oh, I
call
didn't
him.
know he was an Arsenal fan. Oh,
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
God, he's one of the people that make me embarrassed to be associated with Arsenal at times.
I still remember when he sent out a tweet. You know, when Wales got to the semi-finals of the Euros, and we were saying like we were chuffed of how far they gotten, because it was really good how far they gotten. And Pierce was like tweeting, "Why are you celebrating losing in the semi-finals? You should only celebrate if you come first," and all that shit.
Yeah, he's just a gobby little git, you know. I don't like him at all. I don't like his viewpoints or his views. I don't like Good Morning Britain, all that stuff. But we'll move on.
Yeah.
Prince Harry and Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think I can buy Prince Harry.
Philip, fire the cannon.
I know Will is a Villa fan. Prince William.
Ah, right. Okay.
But yeah, there we go. There's Prince Harry and meeting Arsene Wenger somewhere. And yeah, the Queen. It was a famous clip on Mock the Week, actually. It was Hugh Dennis doing a voiceover of the Arsenal team meeting the Queen.
Oh, right. Okay.
And they used to do that. And
Between
Hugh
the
Dennis
not
himself
between
is
the
an
lines.
Arsenal fan, by the way. He's not on this list, but I know he's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, okay.
Ravi Papara, Reggie Yates, yeah, Rizzle Kicks, like I mentioned earlier. Robert Pattinson. There we go.
Interesting.
So, apparently, this is a quote, apparently. I miss the newspapers. I still prefer English newspapers to US ones. I miss reading the sports section. I miss the football. Arsenal. And there's him with Theo.
There we
which
go.
is a weird photo.
To see now, yeah.
Batman is an Arsenal fan. So
Batman the fan.
Roger Daltrey, that's another favourite fan of mine. Frontman of The Who. Not The Who as in HU, the Mongolian folk metal band, but the actual Who.
I feel like that would be the other way round if you said The Who.
Ramesh Ranganathan, who I bumped into briefly when I was working at the Grove after he did a set there, and I said, "Oh, great show, Ramesh," and he was like, "Oh, yeah, cheers." So I can say I kind of met him, but I know he's an Arsenal fan and great comedian.
Rupert Graves.
Rupert Graves, yeah, he was the police sergeant in Sherlock, probably most notable.
I haven't watched Sherlock. I need to. I feel like.
Oh, you've never seen Sherlock?
Nope.
Mate, it's brilliant. It's the only TV show I've ever really watched. Like
Really?
that's recent anyway.
Ah, okay.
Sarah Jane Crawford from X Factor, I guess. I don't know.
remember who she is. Sean Diddy.
Sean
P. Diddy.
Yeah, P Diddy.
Oh,
Yeah, here's another one. All the hip hop. We've got all the hip hop stars.
Yeah.
We got Jay-Z. We got P Diddy. Brilliant.
Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Sir Ian McKellen.
He's not an Arsenal fan, is he?
Can you
Ian
imagine
McKellen?
him as a defender? You know what line I'm going to say, don't you? You shall not pass!
The ball. Yeah.
Go back
So
to
Ian
the
McKellen-
shadows.
We're gonna need substantiation for Ian McKellen, because if that is true, that's probably shooting right to the top of my list of my favourite Arsenal fans. Spike Lee, yeah, I knew that. Obviously, notorious film director, brilliant film director, I should say, of stuff like Black Klansman, Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, all these movies. Susie Dent from Dictionary Corner, I did not know that. From Countdown. Terms in Alphabet, Tiger, Ulysses. Will Poulter, yeah, from This Is England.
Will Poulter, do you say?
Yeah, from This Is England. Wretch 32, I knew that one.
yeah.
Young Thug, Zac Efron. Yeah, look, apparently he's
Zoe Ashton as well.
That is a good photo actually. If you have a look,
Well, Wretch
of Zac
32.
Efron.
Wait. Interesting.
Yeah,
He's
wearing the shirt. To be fair, so
he's at the stadium trying to find his next victim.
I haven't seen that. What was it Ted Bundy? Is it?
Shockingly cruel, and I can't remember the full
Yeah,
title.
no, I haven't. I know James Hetfield is in that as playing a copper. As like a cameo.
Okay.
Yeah, Zora Ashton and Daisy Ridley.
I do like Zoe Ashton and definitely like Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Like you've just got a superstar list compared to. Spurs.
There we go. There's a fascinating insight as to celebrity
I've just got the cast of Harry Potter. That's what I've got.
And wrestlers.
Well, we'll have
Whereas I've got hip hop stars, I've got royalty, I've got terrorists.
Yeah.
I've got everyone's supporting.
Then Aston Villa, we've got David Cameron, Ian Bell, Prince William. There you go, and Tom Hanks.
We'll probably we'll get onto more of these maybe next week. How about that?
Yeah, of course.
This could be a regular segment. But yeah, let's move on, shall we?
Absolutely. Okay.
Something else.
Okay. So, I think the next thing to go over... Now, we did do a Ask Reddit segment, or two, in fact. We pick out just thought-provoking questions and then discuss the answers to them and how we feel about them. So the one we've got you for this week is, if you could delete any invention from history, what would it be? So Rob, have you got any thoughts for this? And don't show my emails, thank you.
Oh my god.
Think of something that just is just
I
diabolical.
mean, for some reason, the first thing that springs to my head is the TV series Big Brother.
Oh yeah.
I wish that never existed.
For me, well,
or Love Island, or any of that sort of rubbish.
Or well, for me, it would obviously be the valleys, because it makes it makes Wales look like shit. Or
the valleys, I've valleys
or the split condom that created Stephen Bear. That's another one.
I've never heard, what is it? The valleys or the values?
The valleys. The valleys.
The valleys.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the valleys.
I would like to delete VAR. Everybody's saying VAR in the chat. I don't blame
God, that is a brilliant shout.
I don't know. I don't know if it's VAR, but maybe it is the split condom, so the people behind VAR. Who knows?
I would like Stockley Park to never exist. How about that? Let's just cut out the middleman.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know.
Let's have a look then.
There's so many things, isn't it?
Hopefully, there's nothing too on the nose or serious in this.
All right, so we've got
funny things.
Can't believe I'm the first to suggest pop-up ads. Yeah.
Oh god, they get on my nerves.
It's the ones where like you try and click on the play button and then it brings you to a completely new window. But that's if you're trying to illegally watch stuff. So that's not something I do.
The invisible X's, yeah. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Or just the X's when you click on an X.
Another pop-up.
Or just, I would say Twitch ads as well. I think that they need to work on the Twitch ads in various senses, because maximum 30 seconds. There's a reason that YouTube have done 5 seconds skip or that sort of stuff. So it still entices those brands to create something that can get your attention within 5 seconds, but still it doesn't devoid the user of wanting to pay attention to the video, if you get what I mean.
You know what? I've just thought of my main one. I think it's probably my main one that I want to delete.
Yeah.
The vocoder, aka the autotune.
Ah. Yeah.
I really wish that didn't exist, and I really wish singers would actually use proper singing voices.
Well, that's the thing, because like T-Pain, for example, he uses it in his songs, but he can actually sing. So what the fuck is the point in him using it? So I think it's pointless in that sense.
We'll go through your comments in a minute, by the way, but we want to focus on this.
Yeah,
first.
landmines for some reason.
Okay.
Things from World War One can still go off. Oh, yeah. I suppose in that sense they're still quite dangerous.
Yeah, we'll move on. I think. Let's see.
Computer viruses. Well, I'm not going to say they should exist, but at the same time, there is a reason people create them. So, you know,
Well,
and I love how the reply is, "Did you not watch Independence Day?" Obviously,
exactly.
There you go.
Defeat villainy.
Yeah,
Using...
exactly. And they're called viruses because of their nature of what they're designed to do. I think they're a program just like anything else, and you know the way to get them is to download something or click on something that's dodgy. It's anything that allows it to get into your network, and that's essentially. So the best thing to do is just to, if you know, avoid, look out for phishing attempts and all that kind of stuff, and don't download stuff that you're not sure about. Make sure that you can download stuff that is from a reliable source. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Chemical weapons.
Oh, see, these are all really serious.
Facebook. There we go. There's the first non-serious one.
Honestly, I have had such a battle with Facebook this year.
Yeah.
Because something can pop up on my timeline and ruin my entire day if I even look at it and consider it.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I just kind of laugh at it and move on, but you know.
Well, no, see, I can't do that. I take things to heart. If I didn't have all my memories, right, and all my, and my opportunity to share stuff I like with everyone else, I never post anything negative ever on Facebook, right? I always share like music I love, mainly music I love, or gig experiences I've been to, things like that. I was a bit of a little shit on Facebook when it first started, really. I was saying anything I pleased, and then I realized I had to reel it in, because I came across like a complete dickhead.
Yeah.
And some people out there who I'm friends with they can't reel it in, which is a problem. But if my memories and my photos and my videos and all sorts, my music page and the amount of time and effort and stuff I've put into this app weren't there, I'd delete it in a heartbeat.
I just think in terms of Facebook, it's like the fake news that people share and that kind of stuff that gets on my nerves, because I'm thinking
for me it's fear of missing out as well, because not so much now, but when gigs come up again, I have to be informed as to when gigs are happening or when events are happening, when parties or invites to things are happening, and the easiest way to go about that is to accept a Facebook invite. But of course that means using the app.
Yeah,
so it's a double-edged sword, really. But it's been a constant battle, really.
Yeah, I would just like to say I think the reason that ad is popping up on my Reddit at the moment is because I'm planning on selling my car at some point, and I was looking for cars on Gumtree, so that's probably why I've got a car ad coming up. I hate it when that invention of like, I don't know if your microphone can pick up what you're saying or something like that, or track your search and stuff like that. But then say you have a bad day and then an ad pops up for better help. That I'm just like, fuck off. I don't need to be reminded about that if I'm having a bad day. Just give me fucking cute kittens or something.
Anyway,
I think
scroll down.
Yeah,
something else.
MySpace. I was watching a video on MySpace the other day about why MySpace failed eventually, and it was because it was bought by Rupert Murdoch, and it essentially just became a shadow of its former self. Like the site wasn't very clean and stuff, and they tidied it up, but it wasn't catering to the audience that bought into it in the first place in the end. So that's where Facebook came in. It was pretty much for everybody.
For me, Facebook has got nothing to do with who owns it and how much money they're making and stealing your private data allegedly and yada yada. None of that. That doesn't concern me.
Yeah.
What concerns me is some of the stuff that I see on my timeline that people post. That I take to heart sometimes.
Yeah. M. Night Shyamalan's Alter live action remake, that's way too obscure for me.
Alter Last Airbender? Is that what they're talking about?
Oh, yes. I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, The Last Airbender.
I've heard it's bad, but I don't know.
I've heard it's bad as well, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Robocalls or cold calls, stuff like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. These are way too serious. These.
That just reminds me of Meth and Love by Korn, or Love and Meth.
Meth and crack.
Single-use consumer plastic crap. Okay. Well, I mean, they're turning into paper.
Yeah, here we go. This is more like it. This is more like it. Children's toys that only produce loud noises and do nothing else.
Just there's a snake in my boot. Actually, that's quite memorable for me, which I like. So.
What about Christmas cards that make noises?
I remember.
You open them up, and it makes noises.
I remember seeing.
Whilst we're in the festive spirit, shall we say?
I remember someone. My dad bought someone a Christmas card. You know the pop-up ones, but there was this. It played the Wild Thing song. Wild Thing, and it was just. It was just someone's. It was just someone's knob doing a helicopter inside. It was brilliant.
Please tell me you've still got that card.
I don't know. I'll have to ask my dad.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Facial recognition.
See, these are all so serious. Come on.
Social media, non-skippable double ads, slavery. Fucking hell, guys. Porn. Well, that's not very serious. Pontiac Aztec. What the? Okay, the ads. Date rape. Oh my god! Dictatorial governments.
Yeah, see, these are too serious.
Smartphone. What? No, not smartphones. Come on now, don't be stupid. Homework. Yeah, well.
Hang on, it was originally created as a punishment, and teachers nowadays are using it as their primary reaching tool instead of taking the time to plan out a truly fleshed out class. That is true. That's true. Whenever we get substitute teachers in particular, they usually wouldn't bother with lesson plans. They just stick on a video or something and then kind of go, right, I'm going to set you a task to do at home. You know?
It's weird because, like, we'd never have that in like 9 to 5 jobs now. We expect it to fulfill our contracted hours, and that's it. And I think schools should replicate that as well. You learn plenty and stuff like that. The only time which I can see it's useful to have like homework and stuff is just revision and stuff for exams. That's it. Really. The Kardashians.
What is their purpose? Come on, yeah.
You pass butter. Oh my god.
I mean, I don't know. Supposedly Kim Kardashian's quite charitable and does a lot for charity, so I don't know.
COVID-19
just doesn't really concern me, really.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, COVID-19.
Lizard Illuminati enters the chat. Religion planned. That sounds like a Gojira song, isn't it? I think he's trying to make a reference there, but only 14 people got it. Yeah. One-ply toilet paper. Oh yeah, piss off.
One-ply toilet paper.
K-cups. The top.
Here we go. We're getting into it now. Guns. Nah, not that one.
Guns. Shiny toilet paper. Yes, I like
TikTok. Ha ha ha.
I like my asshole to glow in the dark. TikTok.
Shiny toilet paper.
Yeah. No, with glitter on it or something. No, completely disagree with that. Humans.
Humans. Yeah, humans are overrated. Chia pet.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, see, we probably should have proofread this before.
This is us we're talking about. We never proofread things.
Putting mint in toothpaste.
What?
That's weird. I am very happy to have my toothpaste be minty. I'd rather it than those weird sort of pasty children's ones that are like sweet.
Too sweet. And you're just inclined to swallow it as well. But yeah,
oi.
on the lads like night out swallowing toothpaste like
cars. Yeah, I gotta say, like I'm just one of these drivers that hates most other drivers.
Oh yeah, I think it should just be like iRobot and just like self-driving cars eventually. But nobody wants that, do they? Because somebody crashed and Elon Musk is trying to disprove that it was his fault. So until we get past that, we're not going to have self-driving cars for a while, I think. Pontiac Aztec is the most hideous car I've ever seen. I don't know. Maybe the Fiat. That's the way I feel about Fiat 500s, to be honest. That is probably my unpopular opinion.
Nathan has said speed cameras. I mean, they kind of keep you safe, really. Speed cameras.
I think personally, for me, it's more the ridiculous speed limits in some places.
Some places do have ridiculous speed limits, right? But I I don't agree with getting rid of speed cameras.
There's this road in Bridgend. It's so long and stuff, but you're expected to drive 30 on it, and it's like the most sluggish drive ever.
Is it a built-up area?
No, it's between a built-up area. There's a field next to it, so it's like.
But is it like one of those windy country roads?
No, it's like purely open.
No hills.
No hills. No.
Well, there you go then. I'd say probably national for that one.
Yeah. I would say 40 personally, because it will go back into a 30 limit, and you need that.
So we've got some very interesting ones. We had VARSC. Jackie has said, "I would love to delete Metal Gear Survive from history."
I've never played that, so I don't know.
Either,
if I could delete any video game from existence, probably Ride to Hell Retribution, which is like it's got a good concept. It's like about bikers and stuff, but it's just buggy as hell.
I would probably delete every Call of Duty after World at War.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I make an exception.
Maybe Modern Warfare 3, right? Because Modern Warfare 3, that was it. It was done. You don't have to make anymore.
Modern Warfare 3 was just Modern Warfare 2 reskinned and repackaged.
Pretty much, yeah. That's when they kind of ran out of ideas to me.
I think I'll make an exception for Black Ops 2.
Rocky 5, eh? Greg says Rocky 5. Have you ever seen Rocky 5?
I didn't even. Is that that's the one that came out in the 2000s, wasn't it?
No.
Was it not?
No, it came out in the 90s, I think, and it had Sylvester Stallone and his son.
No, it's called Rocky Balboa, isn't it?
Yeah, Rocky Balboa is from 2006.
So that's Rocky 6.
That's Rocky 6.
Ah, right. Sorry, I got mixed up because I remember Rocky 4, and I love the fight in that, even though it's like the least realistic boxing fight I've ever seen. But it's still fun either way. COD needs a World War I game.
I think it does. Yeah, you've had them. There was the Medal of Honor one, wasn't there? There was
possibly.
What was it Call of Duty? No, it was Battlefield.
Battlefield. Yeah. Battlefield. I think Battlefield is really good with like the sort of maps it has. It's just a shame that EA are the ones behind Battlefield. That's
Galgun, Jackie says.
Actually, if I could delete any invention, I'd delete EA. Yeah, fuck them.
Well, where would all the FIFAs come from then?
Some other company that has the brains to make them. 2K maybe or something. I don't know.
And where would Lord of the Rings: Return of the King on PS2?
Well, that's just they just publish
one
it.
One of my favourite games of all time.
They don't make that game though. They publish it, don't they? So they just have to find another publisher.
They made it.
Did they?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure they didn't. I don't know. Well, if you find that out, we'll jump on to the next topic, I think. Yeah. PES greater than FIFA. Yeah, I don't know. The latest, I feel like PES has a lot more realistic gameplay, but I don't like the slowness of it. That's the only thing that bugs me about it. It's that it can feel a bit sluggish. But yeah, essentially that is the inventions that we hope to delete from history. So, what do we want to do, Rob? Do we want to go on to... We've got other segments that we've got planned in, or do we want to jump on to listen to this? What would you say?
I would say... I'd say... well, what have we...
Bands to see when lockdown...
You might as well cover the Cyberpunk stuff, considering that's still relevant.
Right.
They might patch it next week.
Yeah, so... Cyberpunk. Just like many... games that are highly anticipated, they can come with like launch day issues, and it's not really. I don't think it's anything new, but you can tell like when this game is optimized for both PS4 and PS5, that they are probably going to pull some strings to make you try and buy a PS5, which is not ideal. I think it's very shady marketing behavior, and it's it's something that it's anticipated a lot more than previously. So I want to get up a comparison while we talk about it of PS4 versus PS5, so we can fill it a little bit and just go through the actual comparisons. And this comparison really covers not just the graphics, but like load times, all that kind of stuff. So we'll go into it, and we'll talk about the game. And if anyone's played Cyberpunk as well, let me know as well, so we can have some added discussion alongside it. But I've been looking forward to getting Cyberpunk. I'm not gonna lie. But not probably
2077 on the base PS4 stack up compared
not
to
exactly
it running on
right
the
now.
PS5.
But at
Well,
some point.
as you'll see in this video, not great. Just to clarify a few
So
things,
you don't
what's
have
running
it at
on
the
the
moment, then?
PS5
I don't.
is the PS4
I'm not.
version of the
It's
game,
probably
not
unfair to put it as 480p. If it'll load. Yeah, Valhalla is crashing
not
quite
the
a ton.
upgraded
There we go.
PS5
There we
version,
go.
which comes out sometime next year. Also, both versions have the latest patch as of the
Lower
release
the
of
volume
this
as
video.
well, because I don't think it's that important. So this is, I think this is the loading time. So 2 seconds or 3 seconds on the PS5, but PS4 still loading. There we go. Not great. It reminds me of the old PS3 Oblivion days. 30 seconds to load. What is that? Is that just like a little box? And then around it is... Oh, bloody hell. Oh, that's buggy in itself. Really needs so many patches. Like you...
But the thing is, they rushed it, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, it's like...
They were they kept delaying it and delaying it and delaying it, and then they must have been like, oh, we can't keep it delaying it, for another time.
Yes,
We're
you
gonna have to
can.
release it.
This is the thing I don't get with companies. You can, because you get so much flack if you release it and it's a buggy mess. Like look at like No Man's Sky, for example. There was so much stuff that was left out of it.
That's my favorite video ever. When the video where they show the graphics from the trailer and then they cut to what it's actually like.
Yeah.
It's the Jurassic Park, and then they cut to a shitty fluted version of it when the actual graphics are there.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this now. So it just looks, as smooth as possible on PS5. PS4, I don't know.
Not so much.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm looking at on PS4. I think I might just get this for PC. I mean, as long as it's optimized well, which I think games coming out on PC these days are being optimized better than usual. That's some interesting hit detection there on the PS4. It's just astounding that the sort of bugs that we saw earlier on in the video just don't really...
How much would a copy of this game be?
Let me check, actually, because I think they're the same... Let me see. Cyber... If my phone is not buggy in itself. Go on shopping. So PS4. So it's like PS4 and PS5.
His arms just weren't there to start with, and then it just appeared.
The cheapest I've seen it for is £44.95, which is relatively cheap for a new game. So that's not too bad. So this is where we're getting like the detailed comparisons, essentially. So this is the thing I do not get, is that I think the PS4, in terms of comparison to PS5, it doesn't look too different, but the performance is just so lacking, and you can see stuff failing to render there, like with that sign there. It was like the whole draw distance thing. Like you can see
there was the bloke in the mirror. His arms kind of appeared later than the rest of his body.
Yeah, like look at that, and the frame rate just looks horrible. Like the PS5 just looks so much smoother. You just look at all this kind of stuff, and it just looks. An ass job. Okay, steady on.
Yeah, apparently. I was on Jay from Tesseract's stream, and he told me he told us he got it, and that one of the things you do in the game is that you customize how big your genitalia is.
Yeah, I think I can't remember who was saying in my stream yesterday that people have been getting in. No, they haven't really been getting in trouble, but it's kind of like a grey area to stream this game because of that feature. But I think Twitch's terms of service is like implied sexual content is not allowed, but accidental nudity is fine. I'm not sure what the exact TOS is on it.
Yeah. Weird.
But like that color rendering as well, not great. I just feel like stuff like that it can look so much better on PS4 because I've seen it in plenty of games previously. And look at those frame drops as well on the PS4.
Ad coming. Well, I think we get the idea with that anyway.
Yeah. So, in short, it felt like when it came to prioritizing PS5 over PS4, no balance there, which kind of makes it seem like they're trying to push people towards the later consoles. But I think just do it naturally. That when you make games that are properly optimized for PS5 and they're too graphical to perform on PS4 properly, then you can have a smooth and comfortable carryover. But in that way, it just shows laziness, and it shows it's a game that just seems like an unplayable mess on the PS4, and it's not ideal. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I'm probably not going to get it. I don't have a PS4 or a PS5 yet.
I don't blame you.
It's just that, I find the hype surrounding anything inevitably kills it, no matter what it is. It happened with No Man's Sky.
This is...
And, I just, it happens with me with certain bands. The hype always inevitably kills it for me.
Yeah, this is why I think, number one, I don't get many games on launch day now until I've seen a review from a player perspective, not just from professional reviewer perspective, because I feel like we can I'm questionable about agendas in professional reviewing, but I'm not saying anyone's paid to do it, but you just don't know where there's going to be shown any bias and things like that, because you can have reviewers from different sites like hate Sonic the Hedgehog, for example, so every time they review a Sonic game, it's not going to get the best score. So I prefer to get a more collated sort of response from playing this game, rather than just a professional reviewer's perspective. So there you go. That's Cyberpunk, and let's see how it turns out next year.
How it pans out, yes.
And I'm sure when I'm 60, then I'll get it. But otherwise, I probably will just upgrade my graphics card on my PC and just get it on PC. I think because that just seems the way forward. I think I'm only going to get PS5 for exclusives and stuff. And I think the only console at the moment that I trust for smooth launch days is the Nintendo Switch, because they don't really have anything that screws up on launch. It's just it runs as smooth as possible, and I suppose that's due to the dedicated software. It's only when games are ported onto the Switch that problems arise. So there we go. Let me know what your thoughts are. Xbox Series X is okay. Yeah, I'm still I'm still a PS5 guy. That leaning towards, because of a lot of the games on Xbox are probably going to be on PC as well, so I stick to PC for that. But there we go. Next, we're going to roam around onto Spotify. No, I'm loading up Spotify, but it's going to be the Listen to This segment. So we both pick each other songs that we haven't listened to before and give our thoughts on it. So Rob, you've heard of a band named Cylosis, I take it?
Yes, I have indeed. Yes.
So
they released an album this year called Cycle of Suffering. Earlier this year, it's in my top 20 records of the year. I thought it was magnificent. It's Josh Middleton, who is also the guitar player for Architects.
Yep.
And they've been going for quite a while now, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's Cylosis. I'd say they're a very they're classed as they have elements of thrash, then they have elements of progressive metal, melodic death metal even. They used to have Jamie. what's his surname from Heart of a Coward.
Yeah.
And now he's in Viscera. And then after he left, Josh, who was already in the band as guitarist, took over as vocals. And then I think that was the third album at the time, took over, and they've just been smashing it ever since. I don't think this band has released a single bad album, even if an album has been not as good as the last. I think their releases have been absolutely solid.
They're consistent.
Very consistent, yeah. Like they're not their first album, but not Afterlifeless Years. What's it called?
Conclusion of an Age.
That's the one. Sorry, they got so many like complicated titles. It can be difficult to mention it sometimes. Conclusion of an Age. It's this sort of thrash mixed in with sort of like metalcore essence, and it comes off really well. And then it goes into a more sort of melodic death metal-y kind of sound ish with Edge of the Earth, which is one of my favorites, possibly even my favorite to this day. Edge of the Earth. It's just got so many classic tracks on it. Then there was Monolith. The standard solid album. It took some experiments along the way, and it carried on through that. Then Dormant Heart, which that was even experimental in its own right, and it brought through Ali Richardson, I think, after production of the album as the new drummer, and
who also is the drummer from Bleed From Within instead.
Yeah.
Might be my drummer of the year, like that
fantastic
Bleed From Within
drummer,
album and that Silo Sam are both solidly in my top 20.
I don't know. He's there's him and Alex Bent and even Lorna Shaw's drummer. Fantastic. There's so many. I think this year, it's hard. Yeah, really hard to judge.
And then it comes to this year's album, Cycle of Suffering, which I've really not listened to Silosis that much, unlike you.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of my first experience of them, but I heard that there was a lot of people raving about this one when it came out, and then it kind of dissipated slightly as more and more releases kind of came out.
Yeah, I think
this one was just, I loved it. It was just a solid, great, groovy, technical metal album from beginning to end.
Yeah, I really liked it as well. I think I'm on that side of when more albums started coming out to kind of like, I didn't really listen to it as much, but I still go back to quite a few songs like from Cycle of Suffering, like I Sever and Calcified, the two singles, and Apex of Disdain. It's just got so many good songs on it, and it's just solid all the way through. But anyway, a bit of an unexpected one. They released a new single yesterday. Called Worship Decay.
And this is a standalone single, isn't it? This isn't actually from Cycle of Suffering.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you got a YouTube video where you can show it? Because it does have a music video, and if a band does have a music video for these things, we try to
all right, so I'm
show.
not. Well, as long as said music video doesn't violate Twitch's TOS.
Actually, on that thought, then we'll just play it. Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Can't be too careful.
Yeah. So have you got the song in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, on the count of 3. 1. On go. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, go.
And you've listened to this, right?
I have, yeah.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Weirdly, is This Means War by Avenged Sevenfold.
Kind of, yeah, I can see what you mean.
Yeah. It's got that kind of pulley off riff style. I'm not saying it rips off Metallica, no way, but
that thrashy bit you love to expect from Silosis. I love the leads in this as well. That was so unexpected when I heard that.
Nice. There's Ali Richardson.
I like the snare on this track as well.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That drum bit.
And that chorus is just so good.
There we go.
Kind of reminds me of Domination by Pantera, that. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun, dun.
it's just kind of a bit faster version.
Yeah.
That slide. I like the slide. This lot are called the British Trivium by a lot of people. You know, I can kind of see what they mean.
Maybe like Shogun style Trivium, but not now Trivium.
But they have a sort of classic way of riffing and soloing, you know, as opposed to most technical metal bands who just try and play fastest and most offbeat and off, you know, genty as possible.
I would say
there's something kind of thrashy and classic about this lot.
I would say, yeah, I would say they're more British Revocation.
Yeah, I think Revocation are like a bit more death metal than this lot, but
I just love the groove in this song.
All right.
There we go. Worship Decay. I feel like I'm saying like Worship George Decay when every time I mention.
No. See, I was thinking Daniel Decay from Twitch.
Oh no! I see that. Oh my! What a song. So
Daniel Decay.
Yeah. So what did you think about that?
Yeah, it was good. Excuse me. I think I liked some of the Cycle Suffering tunes better.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the obviously the drumming is top tier as always. I like the breakdown riff with the slide. I like the clean scream singing bit. You know.
Yeah, like it's just to show you exactly what Silos has been up to.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing. Can't really say anything more than that.
And we got to provide the viewers with something new since Beast didn't stream yesterday, so you know there's always that.
For sure. I just think this band, you know, they've been going for a long while, you know, and I feel like finally they're starting to kind of get plaudits for what they're doing, which is good.
Yeah. Do you think Architects has helped that in some ways? Because people have...
I guess so. Maybe getting Josh a bit more recognition for his own work.
Yeah.
His own baby, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's on Twitch incidentally as well.
Is he?
Josh Middleton, if you want to go and follow him.
Yeah. He's one of the few musicians I've met in person, and he's just really down to earth. Yeah, when I saw him I saw him in 2014, and you know, we had a picture together somewhere on my Instagram. Just scroll down.
Whereabouts was that?
In Hobos in Bridgend. I was asking him about how he practices his screaming and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I do it on like in the car and things like that." But like, I was so nervous when talking to him. I was like in that sort of like, ooh, like, you know, what do I say? How do I say it? And he was just really cool. So you know, can't ask for more than that. I think I also met the guys from Bleed From Within, and that was when
That's cool.
when they said that my shirt that I bought from the stall before they played was on back to front. Wonderful.
Ha!
I can't help
Was
it.
it?
Yeah, it has a emblem there, but it has a large picture on the back. So I thought that was the front picture, so I got confused. So
Oh dear.
Ali said he could see me the whole show, but like it was like, should I point this out or? So there we go.
But I like Solosis. I think, you know, I really love Cycle of Suffering, like I said from earlier this year. It's in my top 20 albums of this year easily. We'll get onto that next week. And it, you know, I'll probably trawl back through their back catalogue and see if there's anything better.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Silosis with the song "Worship Decay."
Yes.
Oh my. Thank you, Scotty.
Oh my.
Okay, what have you got for me this week, Rob?
Right then. You know how I like to promote lesser known bands, you know, bands that really deserve a bit of a break, you know, in the cutthroat industry that is the music business. This band I found courtesy of Jeremy Bohm from Touche Amore, who came onto Mosh Talks and recommended this band to us as one of his albums of the year. And they're called Milspec, which is MIL-SPEC. And they've dropped their debut LP called World House. I'm just going to read you an article from stereogum.com about this album. There's a certain kind of hardcore that just punches you right in the soul. That's the kind that Milspec make. A Toronto band that's been putting out music since 2008, they have a raw and emotive style. They can be melodic and even pretty, but they can also riff like monsters. Frontman Andre Pedden has a huge, choked, scream sob of a voice, and he delivers every line with ferocious urgency. The band's sound is rooted in hardcore history, especially in stuff from the late 80s and early 90s. But the way they play it is fresh, ferocious, and vital. So you get the kind of idea of what's a style we're thinking. You know, Touche Amore, any lovers of that kind of style of music, you know, those kind of style of emotionally wrought vocals.
Yeah.
This band kind of would be right up your street, you know, but the guitar, you know, there's plenty of riffage, plenty of nice, beautiful, melodic guitar passages. Up until now, they've released a couple of EPs. When the Fever Broke and Changes. Today, the band comes out with World House. So this was released on the 25th of September of this year. So a few months late, but, you know, just thanks to Jeremy Bohm, I wouldn't have found this band otherwise. And it isn't a long record, they say. 8 songs, 22 minutes, but it gives Milspec room to branch out, to expand their sound and get into dreamy little interludes in between scream-along moments. It's the sound of a band fully understanding and embracing its own power. They released the album along with Millenarian Spectacle, an 88-page magazine with photos and annotated lyrics and manifestos. And they put, I swear to God, in brackets, movie reviews, which rules. That is pretty cool, actually.
Interesting.
So there we go. That is World House, their album, which is out on Locking Out Records. And anything else about it? It was recorded and mixed from April to August last year at Soleil Sand and Candle Studios in Toronto, Ontario. Produced by the band themselves. And just a really solid kind of debut EP, in my opinion.
Okay.
So the song I want to get you to listen to, KB, just bring up the album, is the song Where I Was From the album.
Okay.
So have you got the album up?
I have. I've got the song.
Cool. All right. So on go then.
All right. Cool.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. See, very Touche Amore immediately.
classic.
That vocal part.
I really like that classic sort of punk sound.
Yeah. It's that sort of scratchy sound and the natural harmonics and the rhythm.
Yeah, like it gives it its volume.
A bit of Rise Against in here maybe as well.
Yeah, kind of like early Rise Against.
Rise Against.
They're all this tempo just keeps changing.
Yeah. Jackie said Gallows song crossed with Black Flag. That's not a bad show.
It's like an angrier version of Bad Religion.
It's this bit here. I love that passage. Bass.
I like that attitude in his voice as well.
Yeah. There's emotion, it's raw emotion, you know. And he doesn't mind about voice cracks and stuff coming through.
Yeah.
Which is what I love.
It kind of reminds me of Cane Hill and that.
Very Touche Amore, you know. If you like this, you'll love Touche Amore.
Yeah.
I can totally see why Jeremy Bolm recommended this song. I just love the pensive moments in the song, like that arpeggiated bit there. And those subtle cleans in the background
Yeah,
as well.
I like that as well. A bit of a choir effect going on. All right. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that, to be honest.
Cool.
Like, it's not something I usually listen to, but, you know, I love...
No, I kind of wanted to challenge you this week, you know, because obviously you're more into your more technical metal. You're not really into punk that much.
No, like...
Are you?
Kind
well,
of.
hardcore.
Yeah, sort of like hardcore punk sort of stuff, but that stuff sounds right up my street. You know, like I like that higher power stuff from earlier this year, and you know all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just the mellower passages I really love in that.
Yeah,
you know, the more pensive, more sort of the understated guitar, you know, the melodic guitar bit, and then that bass riff kicking in. I'm hoping this lot have some sort of a future, you know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they come over here at some point, you know. I see them well at home with bands like Turnstile, Touche, Higher Power, for example, bands like that.
Yeah. Oh no, good stuff. Okay.
So there we go.
Yeah.
So that was Where I Was From by Milspec. Go and check out the record World House.
Absolutely.
It's on Spotify now. So there we go.
Okay, final segment. Would you rather signupgenius.com, find a number that has not been called out yet, gets harder and harder every week, but
every week
we'll get there. I think for this one we'll probably do two, shall we? Because like we started a bit late and
okay,
two's
right.
more enough.
So KB, pick a number between 100, please.
28.
28. Would you rather eat a meal of cow tongue or octopus?
Cow tongue or octopus? Probably octopus, because like I already like calamari and stuff like that already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you eaten like squid and stuff before?
Yeah, like I quite like it. Although I think I did have a squid meal in the Chinese on Katie's mum's birthday, but I didn't really enjoy that, to be fair.
See, I've never eaten squid.
It's
before,
like it's got more of a
what sort of texture are we talking?
Right.
Is it like really slimy?
No, well, not really slimy. It's more chewy than like chicken and stuff. Like chicken, or it you can bite right into it, and it. But squid is like it's harder to sort of break down. So it's got more of a sort of, I'm trying to think of like maybe a bit more of like a cod fishy taste or something like that as well in the mix. So it's just however it goes. It's more of like I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tougher. It's tougher meat because it's like pure muscle, whereas chicken is more easier to break down.
Yeah. And cow tongue. Have you ever had
No,
any cow
I've
tongue?
never, and I don't think I ever will. But
No.
hey, sausages look like cows' anuses, so I'll happily have that.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably cow tongue in burgers nowadays.
Possibly.
You never know.
Well, next to the
I
horse
don't
meat.
know. I don't like seafood.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go on and on about all the list of things I don't like to eat.
There's some seafood.
I'm a very, very fussy guy.
Yeah. The only seafood I like next to fish is like prawns and calamari.
Well, I like prawn crackers, if that counts.
No, it does not.
But I also like Worcester sauce, which has anchovies in.
Yeah.
But that's the extent. That's the extent of my my seafood.
I can't get into anchovies. It's usually too salty, too briny. When you get them, I like sort of mackerel and salmon, cod, haddock. But when it comes to the sort when you go to like the fish aisle in the supermarket, you get like not necessarily crayfish, but there's like another one, and it's like all shelly and stuff, but it just looks like it does not look pleasant to eat. It's like grey or something, and it looks like it's got like pink hairs coming out, and I'm just like, I ain't eating that.
Yeah.
I
don't even really like beef that much. I mean, I had a really nice steak on my weekend away this week, like a peppercorn steak, and I'll eat something like that if it's.
Oh God, I'm hungry now.
If it's a particular cut of beef, but I don't like minced beef. Weirdly.
I like minced beef in like chili and chili con carne and things like that. That's just where I like it. And lasagna.
Honestly, we could go to town on the amount of food I don't like and don't eat.
Yeah.
Like, we could dedicate a whole show to KB trying to pull a certain food stuff out and seeing if I like it or not.
Yeah,
that's how fussy I am.
Let me after this podcast, I'm gonna do a click and collect. So yeah, that could be for next week.
You're not going to add cow's tongue to that list, then?
I don't know if Asda have it. Do they?
Oh, I don't know.
A whole.
Well, I'd rather do cow's tongue simply because I don't like seafood and I like a bit of beef, depending on what it is. So, and if it was cooked. If it was well done cow tongue, I probably wouldn't be able to taste the difference. But...
I don't know. That would just be like a fucking lump of coal, wouldn't it?
No,
well done, cow tongue.
So, one more then.
Okay. 34.
34. Would you rather have another food-related question? Would you rather have a cook or a maid? So, say you have your own personal chef or your own personal.
What are you doing, step bro? I don't know. Would I rather have a maid or a cook? A cook would be very useful for like, not having to spend time cooking yourself. There's that. But maids, in terms of cleaning and keeping maintenance, I think they would be more useful.
I mean, I guess if you were living on your own in a flat or an apartment or a house or whatever.
I'm lonely, mate. Help me.
What are you trying to say there for a start?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Anyway, I don't know. I like good, well cooked food.
Yeah.
But then again, I like stuff to be. If it meant I never had to clean my room ever again, I wouldn't mind.
But actually saying that, like, I can cook fine and all that sort of stuff, no problem to me. But cleaning, asking me to put my clothes away or anything like that, no chance, sucker. So I think I'm just going to go for maid for that reason and to keep the podcast as PG as possible.
All right. Yeah, I'll go with clean maid as well.
All right. So I think that's a good moment to end it on. But
I think so. Yeah.
Again, sorry for the lateness with the podcast. But it still turned out really well, and like it always does.
I'm sorry.
It's water under the bridge, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I was really kind of like, oh, if he doesn't show up soon, I'll just have to do it by myself. But that could have been a good experiment in itself. Who knows? But yeah, I know I was speaking to Tom as well, and maybe I think Boxing Day he could join us. So
that'd be cool. Yeah. So potentially we might have Tom from the Predetermined podcast on again.
Yeah,
as a special guest.
So that's a possibility. But besides from that, where can we find you, Rob?
Right, RobV93 on Twitter, even though I barely use it. I just retweet Simpsons Arsenal, even though he doesn't seem to be posting anymore, which is
he's getting sick of Twitter as well, probably.
Probably, yeah. You can find me at RobV93 on Twitch. My channel is booming at the moment. One thing I forgot to mention actually is I got a 50 quid tip from somebody.
You did, yeah.
Which absolute blown away by that generosity. So thank you very much, sir.
And we've subbed to each other as well. Like
yes,
you normally sub to me, and then I subbed to you, but I picked Prime. But then I was like, okay, I still need to return the favor, so I gifted a sub to someone else.
Yes,
sub.
KB gifted a sub to someone else, which is also very generous, mate. So thank you.
Yeah.
But I actually have I've unlocked, because I've got 15 subscribers now. I've actually unlocked a new emote slot.
Oh, lovely. I need to.
Whether it's going to be Wonky Steve or Big Dave related, who knows? But Greg, if you're still in the chat, we need you to come up with some ideas for Wonky Steve, Big Dave.
We need a segment with Wonky Steve as well in the podcast. I think that
for sure.
Need more quirks like that.
And Agni Albert as well.
And also you can find me on so you can find me on Twitch, obviously, and I stream music mainly, but I also do community games of Among Us, things like that. That's RobV93 on Twitch.
Yeah.
Rob Very Hard Music. If you want to listen to some tunes I made, I promise I'll have some new ones coming out soon. And Rob Very Hard on Instagram, all one word, where I post loads of covers.
Sounds good. For me, you can find me on YouTube on 2 channels. The first one is Kieran Benji, where I post a lot of I post mainly reaction-based content with some comedic sides to it, side-splitting stuff to it, I should say, and some gaming content as well. But that gaming content can transform into talking about cartoons and movies and stuff like that if I wanted to, so that's good. And then the other one is KB Cook, which is a cover channel, which is now named Kieran Benji Covers. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I normally promote the stuff that I do on here and on YouTube onto my TikTok, Instagram, and things like that. So as well as some other stuff, keep it engaging in various other ways, because I always find with social media, if you have social media accounts, you've got to find different ways to use them instead of just posting your videos from somewhere else, creating engaging content on there. But sometimes it can be a bit hard to keep up with. But yeah, there's also my Discord. If you just want to get involved in the community and like I said at the start of the stream, I do community-based streams on Wednesdays now. So if you want to be involved in the voice chat for that and be part of Jackbox or Among Us, then that's the way to do it. Just get involved with that, and there's so many other discussions going on. Same as Rob's Discord as well, which I can always provide a link for. Or Rob, you can provide a link for. Actually, I'll add a command later on to invite people to yours.
All right, no, cheers for that. We actually we might have forgotten Nathan's story.
Oh,
you said you were going to do
sorry.
his story.
Bloody hell. What was his story
Before we
again? What was the story again?
Morning Glory.
Where is it again? I can't remember where he redeemed it. Ah.
But we could.
Tell me the story of the trending channel meme. I don't know what you mean by that. Do you know what he means by that?
No.
Oh, I'm not sure. Hold on to that thought. And when I stream,
we'll discuss it next week if we find out what that means.
Yeah, or on Wednesday I'll
or on Wednesday
talk about it there. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And I'll
KB. So this is a good one. Sorry I was late again. Yeah. So next week we are doing it on Sunday because KB will be unavailable on Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll be doing it on Sunday. It's Katie's birthday next Saturday, so obviously I'm going to spend the day with her.
And happy birthday to her for next Saturday.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a good one, and probably because of the restrictions still happening at the moment, we'll probably order a Chinese or something like that. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh, mate, I need a takeaway badly.
Me too. I'm going to order a McDonald's in a bit, I think. I know it doesn't really count.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks again for listening and watching the Keyard Podcast, episode 17.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be back on Sunday next week, not Saturday, Sunday at 2 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/Kieran Benji.
Absolutely. All right. Well, the last order of business is finding someone to raid. Have you got anyone in mind?
Hang on. So, who's on? Oh, there's only 2 people on at the moment. There is either Cameron, my good friend who's the drummer for Novena, or there is Blue Tricks, who's a fun guy, associate of Limmy, who's playing Dead by Daylight at the moment. Or no, he's playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Ah, all right. What's his user? How do you spell it?
It's BLOO.
Yep.
TRIX.
Blue Tricks, is it?
Yeah, Blue Tricks.
And that's it. Nothing else. Okay, cool.
Capital B as well. There we go.
There
That's
the
one.
All right, cool. So we're going to raid Blue Tricks, and whilst that's going on, I want to say from the bottom of our hearts, it's really good to have everyone interacting with the stream, and always great to have you here. Thanks, Murray Man, for the resubscription. It means a hell of a lot, and thanks for redeeming the channel points as well, Nathan. And yeah, until next week, and even until Wednesday as well. Thank you, and from me, lights out.
Hey.